and welcome back to some more of Mobile Suit Gundam Online. UC 0083. Let me Polar Dash. This is like a part 2 to my explaining the various changes to this new version over the last version series of videos. Might be the last half. There might only be 2 videos, and then the next video will feature me getting shut up by all the new suits that's been buffed entering this new age on the Federation side. We are about to go into the changes to the mobile suits, but I did miss mentioning one other significant change that's been made out here, and that change is to the rental suits that are available for you to collect more easily than the gold versions of the suit that it represents. I'm going to take this Ifrit melee guy here to demonstrate the change. Now, in this new version, you can remove access weapons that the rental comes with that you normally wouldn't use. Like the Ifrit. How in the last version, version series of videos where I used this rental version, I complained about all the useless garbage that the Ifrit has equipped with it on the rental version. That's weighing them down, making them get all knocked over and stuff. You can just remove them and just have its lovely D2 sword left for it to more efficiently whack Gundams with. This is a huge deal for the Ifrit and other suits, especially melee suits, like the Kai. The Kai's rental that I might have used in the last version. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Like, it came with the charging heat hawk. That came with like various other crap that I wouldn't equip to it normally. You can just remove them and just leave it with the charging heat hawk, which is more efficient. So that's a big change. But there are just some suits that just comes equipped with awesomeness that you wouldn't want to remove anything off of, like the Dom Tropin here. The Heat Saber D. The Heat Saber D I might go, especially because he's combat concentrated. Never mind, give that D-stick back. Not a place. Oh, that also brings me to another point. You can swap out the positioning of the weapons that the rentals come with. That's a pretty big deal. Like in the last days of UC 0080 during the limited battle events, the suits came with weapons arranged in a very unorthodox slot order. Though I wouldn't have been able to change those since weapon slot positioning. On rentals you can. So like some rental suits just have like melee weapons in the 3rd or 1st slot for whatever reason. And then you can put it back in the 2nd slot, so that you're not missing your button presses. It's a very big deal. A lot of rental suits I'm very much thinking of obtaining, like maybe more Ifrits or I don't know. The possibilities are endless. Possibilities. I shouldn't be checking right now. I am. Yeah, like I could remove the artillery piece from this artillery Zaku 2. Just keep it with the bazooka and the machine gun. I could do that. All the neat things I could do with rentals now. This is really exciting stuff. The Zogak rental combat. Like these grenades, just take them off. Just heat sword all the way, and boomerangs. It's really cool. Okay, so now on to the units. And I put in some 0083 like music for this, since we are not starting from the login screen. The screen's right up. Before going through each individual guy. And I am, but I might spend like a fraction of a second on some and more lengthier seconds on others. But yeah, before we go into each individual one, in general, the weapons that got the most attention are machine guns and beam rifles. Many machine guns and beam rifles on all these suits have been improved to a very, if you don't use it, you're dumb levels. And these machine guns that got the upgrades are the machine guns that were next to being not used in previous versions. Same with the beam rifles. The beam rifles were a weapon that got stowed in the previous version because the Alex's bazookas just did too much damage along with his Gatling gun for you to even think about having to use beam rifles. And beam rifles were not an option against Kempers because the Kempers would be able to tank your beam rounds before they can kill you, before they get to you. So you would be using a knockdown weapon like a shotgun, or more preferably a charging beam weapon, or a rocket to bring the various death suits down, instead of risking getting over DPS to death if you were to have that, if you were competing with a beam rifle. Okay, so like, with that said, right, all these weapons are for the GM. This is the basic GM here. Well, I guess we're starting with the Federation first because the dev team, I suppose, are favoring the Federation and putting them in the beginning of the list. Douchebags. But the starter suit for the Federation players did get some changes. It's got an increase to its balance by 40, which is, I guess, you can't complain. But right, like the machine guns got buffed. This is the numbers for the head Vulcan. Damage increased, magazine size increased. Same with his handheld 100mm machine gun. More damage, more bullets. But the one weapon type that didn't look like it got a boost is the Type F. But I don't think the first generation GM, or this is just the GM, there is a first generation GM somewhere else, but the basic GM gets a Type F machine gun. I think the Zaku 1 did, but these guys don't. Grenades! Grenades is actually another weapon that got a buff. But, I mean, grenades aren't really that... They don't really make that much of an impact in the game much, anyway. But so that they get more time in the spotlight, the devs did do some things to make the grenades more useful. Like, for example, they reduced the number of frames that the grenades get when you switch to them before you can throw them. That means they're in your hand faster, and you're throwing them at the enemy faster. So you can use them in reaction to an enemy move, which is useful, instead of having to prepare the grenades earlier. Because when they're in your face, switch to a grenade just took too long for you to be able to throw it and have it explode before that suit that you're facing killed you. Now you might be able to just like, while you're having your machine gun duel, switch real quick, toss it to make the enemy react the way you want to, for you to come in and make your finishing move. You know, it gives you options. Being able to switch to the grenade faster is increasing the number of options you get during a fight. That's a good change. And looks like the Type N, the regular grenades, got a bigger boost to their damage than the Type Fs. Type F got a 500 point buff to the regular Type's 1000. So now the choice between Type F and Type N and Type F isn't a no-brainer. You need to think about if you do want to sacrifice your weight balance for that extra 50 points of damage. For the lighter, you know, instead of carrying the lighter regular grenades, which is only 50 shy, less damage than damage dealing than, or I guess 100 points shy, but still. It's still a more deeper decision-making process than the previous comparison, where before Type F dealt 700 damage. The damage statistic is divided by 10 to get the raw damage that you deal in the game. So 7,000 damage would equate to 700 damage in game. So Grenade Type F upgraded would have dealt 700 damage before, with the M only dealt 550, so this is a no-brainer. You carry the F if you want to be serious about your grenades. But now, the damage difference is, you know, the Type N is catching up. Type M, Type M, don't deal the damage, but the Type M's big advantage among the three is that it explodes faster. Its timer is set less than the other two. So that's why I use Type M on my Black TriStar Zaku 2, because I was using it as a reaction weapon. I use it during a retreat when I'm falling back. Usually that grenade explodes in time to hit the guy that is tracking me, that is following me. Whereas if I were to use like Type F or Type N, it would just kind of bounce, and then it would explode behind or not when I wanted to. So grenade Type M is good, and it's like damage boost, and it also switches to it faster. So they're all good changes for me. These are impact grenades. These are the grenades that explode on impact. Same changes here. The hyper bazookas. These are just the regular, you know, the bazookas that most suits carry. In general, a lot of them got boost to the blast radius and the Type M of the bazooka classes. The shots got a speed boost. The rockets travel faster. And I think Type F on most bazookas were left untouched, except for like those suits that specialize in Type F bazookas, like Doms and stuff. They might have gotten a few changes on their Type Fs, but for the most part, all suits got an improvement to their other types of bazookas. And the blast radius and the Type M gets that speed bonus, along with this blast radius increase, which is nice. This is the first production GM. He's a heavy class. And in this nerf buff update, along with the overall improvements in machine guns and beam rifles, heavies and artillery classes, most of them got a huge bonus to their armor points. Like here, this is the first production GM who had a base armor score of 1330. It has been improved to 1830. That is a plus 500. That is about like a 30% improvement to its armor value. I'm just gonna throw that percentage number out there, but it's about close, right? That's a pretty big deal. I suppose it is to make up for the fact that assaults are just generally faster. And now that the game has moved toward the usage of these rapid-fire machine guns and beam rifles and stuff, slower units will have a harder time dodging bullets and such, right? So this, I guess, armor buff is to give these slower suits a chance against all that continuous hail of bullets that'll be hitting them. And like the GM before it, you can see that these are machine guns. Machine guns got improvements to its various stats, mostly damage and the number of bullets the machine gun carries. This means damage, immediately. This means this is a total amount of bullets carried on the suit overall. So because each magazine carries more bullets, that means this number has been multiplied a certain number of times to give you a total value of bullets, total number of bullets that this suit carries. These are beam rifles here, and you can see the beam rifle's got a hefty buff now before it used to delve. This is the basic Type N beam rifle. 1300 damage has been improved to 1700. That's a big change, along with the Type H and Type N. The 3 burst got a 200 increase, but I think the big deal is here, up here in the Type N. But the 3 burst damage increase is a pretty big deal too. This is the heavy's bazooka. For the most part, the blast radius has been improved here. This means blast radius. This means bullet speed. This means increased. So the Type M, like the first GM, this Type M got an improvement. And this is a pattern that's going to repeat over most suits that carries bazookas. So I'm going to explain the first couple of suits, and then other suits that share the same improvements as the ones before it. I'll just kind of skim through. And you can see the grenades. These are grenades. Grenades have got the same changes that the GM above it got. And the damage, you can see the similarities, and the weapon switch time. The first generation GM, being a heavy support like a mid-range guy, has jamming grenades. Jamming grenades are the grenades that if you catch the enemy in its blast radius, will render his camera all googly-eyed and hard to see. Their switch time has been increased too, so that you can use it in reaction to an enemy move, instead of having to switch to it preemptively by guessing your opponent's move and what they're going to do next. So now, if they decide to pull out of cover, you can take advantage of it maybe by switching real quick and then tossing it. Now you can react. It's a good change. But yeah, the repair pods can now negate the effects of the jam. So if you were to... Well, I guess in the previous version, like some suits have rockets that did jamming effects. That got like a... that just used to collect points by pointlessly throwing ECMs into like enemy cover, and the enemy behind there are just kind of lobbing shit back at where you are, and they're just kind of trading shots at each other. But those ECMs that you lob are made even more pointless, because usually behind the cover where all the enemies are, there's usually a repair guy doing his thing with a repair pod next to him. So that might lead to less frustration when it gets to a point when you're, when two sides are all hunkered down behind cover lobbing shit at each other. You'll be jammed less. But that has really nothing to do with this change. This change means that while you're out there, you know, in the middle of the battlefield, you know, one-on-one, mano-a-mano, with that, equally mass-produced Saku 2, that jamming grenade might save you by blinding his mono-line, for you to get that bazooka or something. You know, something epic. Epic things might happen from these changes. GM Trainer. It's the workhorse of the Federation logistical core, I guess. Also got a boost to their machine gun damage, but not a significant amount, you know. The worker guys carry machine guns and weapons as a just-in-case, in an emergency, you know, for emergency situations. But it's nice that they weren't forgotten, that the damage has been improved to reflect the armor buffs and the speed buffs that the suits in this new version got. The repair torch also heals more because, I guess, to reflect, right, the improvement in armor, so that you're still healing the armor back up in the same pace that you were healing in the previous game. This is long repair torch L. This thing got more range, but it heals insanely slow. It reloads faster now with the effing go. Repair torch type N reloads faster, but you're not using these anyway, so you shouldn't care, because by using these you're making full rank. No, I mean, feel free to do what you want, but know that they reload faster now. Woo! Rejoice, you Type L and Type M users. Probably practice other blasphemous acts like, I don't know. I'll leave that to your imagination. Okay, so reloads and effectiveness improved on torch guns, cool. These guys also got jamming grenades that got the quicker switcher improvements stuff. So this is next we got the mass-produced gun tank. It's an artillery unit. I actually didn't really go over the artillery changes because I don't really care for them. But they did get that overall change to the game mechanics where if you drop your artillery shells at a shorter distance, your shots come down faster on the enemy. But oh right, look at this. This is armor buff. Previous 1780. Now the mass-produced gun tank is laden with 2480 points of armor plating. That's a huge buff. It's gonna take me longer to get behind enemy lines to chop up mass-produced gun tanks like the 10 that are out there behind cover, being lame and just staring at maps, lobbing artillery at places. One or two good melee swings aren't gonna get them. Or maybe it will, because the damage that the melees do is now tripled. Well, either way, they're tougher. And that reflects their bigger size, I suppose, and their slowness. Their backup machine guns, these guys got the quad, they're called missile launchers, but they're in actuality machine gun-like. They're dealing damage with bullets in your magazine, across all types. These are the various artillery mortar cannons that the gun tank has available to itself. They got damage increases. The Type N, the Type regular artillery, got a hefty 200 points damage increase. That's a lot compared to everything else. And the damage buff kind of tapers off the stronger they were originally, with the higher damaging F2 getting only a 500. The Type F deals more damage. But the Type F's disadvantage is that its blast radius is small compared to the F2. And most people use the F2 for that reason. They equip F2 with the level 3 shield break module to blow off shields. It's annoying. I'm glad I only got a 500 bonus to its damage. Okay, this is the howitzers. Howitzers didn't get a bonus to damage, but they got a increase in their blast radius, which is good. Their blast radius is pretty shit, for how hard it is to hit things with. These are direct fire rockets, I do believe, and they got damage. And the Type M, of course, got the speed increase. Along with damage, some bazooka types got the blast radius increase. This is blast radius, so M and W blast radius increase almost to this. And that's that. The GM Sniper. The basic sniper suit for the Federation. And there is one hugely notable change that's been made to the basic sniper that I do believe will impact the meta and some of the unwritten rules that's been transformed into the game. And we're just gonna go right down to it. It has to do with the 75mm sniper rifle type F. This weapon initially did the 6,000 damage, which is 600 damage in the game. And because back in the day, yesterday, the knockdown threshold while you're standing on the ground used to be 600 damage with a balance of 0. Meant that in order for you to keep your suit standing against a sniper rifle shot from a GM sniper wielding a sniper rifle type F, the 75mm type, you needed to at least have your bonus to balance be over 60, so that is 61. Not just 1, because the sniper rifle can be upgraded to deal 10% more damage. So that's 660 damage, which means that in order to overcome getting knocked down by a shot from a sniper rifle by standing there, you needed to have that minimum balance be 61. But now that this guy is whipping out a gun that is scoping down at you for 800 points of damage, means that now you need to have a minimum balance of 81 if you don't want to get hit by, if you don't want to get knocked down by a sniper rifle. Oh, actually no. But I guess I should have done the calculation in my head before. But it means that this needs to you need to think about this, right? When you're trying to configure your suit, looking at the balancing, the weapon loadouts, and your balance, keep your guy standing. I think I said that people believe that now this threshold is 1,000 damage. So actually, this doesn't matter if you're standing. But if you're in the air, it matters, I suppose, right? You need to think about this. Actually, this really doesn't. If you're in the air, you get knocked down, like getting dealt 300 damage. You're still getting knocked down either way if you take 800 damage. Nothing else you can do. What if you got a shield? If you got a shield, it doubles your balance. So I guess that's where it matters. So if you're in the air with a shield, like for example with the now fun can be had Gan, right? Who can have a shield out and use his missiles at the same time. If the Gan gets hit with a sniper type F in the air with his shield out, he'll need at least like 281 balance not to get knocked down by the sniper rifle. Because in the air, your base threshold for knockdown is 300. With the shield out, it's times 2, which is 600. And then you add your bonus to balance to that. You'll need it to be 281. So you're gonna get knocked down anyway. So this is good to know. You want to be wary of GM snipers, because their shit will knock you the fuck down from the air. And I think, did I mention this? This ties into the fact that I think the dev team wants to try to keep the game to the ground now, with all these changes that they brought. Because they only improved the threshold for when you're on the ground only. There are a lot of high damage dealing weapons out there now, especially with these buffs, that can punch you off the air, punch you out of flying mode. And one big thing to keep your eye out for while you're hovering the skies is for a GM sniper looking down a scope and pointing his gun at you. You want to make evasive maneuvers when you see that, because this 881 damage is knocking your ass down. And because in the previous version, the snipers were given the option to equip 2 sniper rifles on himself, he's going to switch to his other sniper rifle to finish you off while you're falling, or when you're on the ground. Be careful of this. And the other changes... This is interesting. The the base GM sniper rifle for the 75mm and the Type M sniper rifle, they semi-auto faster. You can fire them faster per click. That's cool. The hand beam gun's got an improvement in damage. This is the sniper rifles carrying explosive shells. Got an improvement in blast radius. More ammo in the gun. Cool. Mines! Mines deal, a cruise liner full of damage. A Type F mine, if you step on it, will deal you 1,800 points of damage at base. Plus 10% if upgraded is, what, 1980? Almost 2,000 points of damage just by stepping off on the mine. A slice of pizza or a pizza pie made of, you know, steel and shrapnel. Don't step on mines. That's like I said. What else? This is the Desert GM. Not really a mirror of our awesome Zaku 2J, but right, being a heavy type, armor buff, and machine gun buffs. I just want to check something. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close this. Close this. Okay, never mind. The 100. Oh wait. Yeah, the 100mm machine gun on the assault is dealing the same amount of damage as the 100mm machine gun on a heavy. They made like slight damage variations on some suits that are like higher cost or that serve different functions than others, and it's good to note that, so that you'll know that you know which suits got an even better improvement than other suits that carry the same weapon. They sneak in little like tidbits in there like that, so that those people that are in the know can get that advantage. You know, those losers that want to spend that much time on this shitty game, you know, or Bandai Namco is rewarding them by sneaking in little changes, little differences in each of them. And the losers is me. Way to go, me. 3-shot machine guns. Yeah, this is also interesting. The fully automatic machine gun and the 3-burst machine gun now are equal in damage output. 100mm full auto machine gun used to deal less damage than 3mm machine gun or the 3-burst machine guns, which made like using a full auto machine gun pointless because 3-burst machine guns pump out bullets faster than full auto guns. But now they deal the same. And also, full auto guns are heavier, slightly heavier than the 3-burst. So 3-burst were just naturally far superior in those, you know, by those slight differences than the full auto versions. But now the damage is the same. See, here before 600, now it's 900. Before 3-burst is 700, now it's 700. They're the same. That's good to know. Here it changes. 3-burst machine gun type F. Unlike bazookas, whose damage looks like they like tapered off, like they tapered down to less amounts of buffs as you go up in the strength ladder for the bazooka. Like the Type N bazooka has got a bigger percentage of damage increase than the Type F bazooka did. It looks like it's the opposite for machine guns. Like machine guns here, the 3-burst machine gun Type F got a 300-point increase, whereas the neutral 3-burst machine gun only got a 200% increase. So like I said, yeah, they're really trying to bring the machine guns onto the battlefield table here by making them an obvious choice for you to field because of their increased damage output. So that is a thing to consider when you're trying to make choices for your weapon loadout. Semi-auto machine guns, because that makes sense. They got improvements also. They're kind of like ghetto beam rifles. They deal a decent amount of damage, 100 130 damage per shot. And they shoot faster than beam rifles. But since they're like a single bullet, whereas a beam rifle is a beam rifles are naturally easier to hit with, especially up close. But the semi-auto machine guns used to be pretty good at whittling enemies' life down, especially when they're on the retreat. It's funny to see them like frantically dodge with a fraction of life left while you're trying to hit them with the semi-auto. I remember doing that plenty of times and failing, whereas better players would succeed. But yeah, semi-auto Type F deals 150 points of damage each shot. That's pretty good. Bazookas, same differences. Type M faster. Other guys got blast radius increases. Missile launchers got an improvement in damage. And this has the same damage tapering table of bazookas. There's the neutral, the original. Well, not the original, but it's Type N stands for neutral. It doesn't have the N designation. People just call ones without designation as Type N. So we need to do that for now. So Type N missile launchers got a 400 point damage increase, and it tapers down to the more damaging Type S, which only got, it's got a less 300 damage improvement. Wait a minute, G's got, wow, actually the damage is all over the place. That's interesting. Right, so I suppose they are trying to get the weapons that were sunk deep in useless water in the previous version to, you know, to rise out above the surface here. Whereas Type G had better homing capabilities. Capabilities is fine. They used to. They're the types that have better homing on their missiles, right? But you don't get a lot of missiles to carry, and they dealt crap damage, and they were also heavy, so no one used them because people just made up for the lack of homing on other missiles by just playing better. But now they deal 200 points of damage. That's worth thinking about putting on your suit. Type W, which was another type that wasn't used very often. It's got a respectable amount of damage. People used to only use this to dumbfire their missiles for the finisher, not really to lock on. Because when you got a lock on, when those missiles hit, usually dealing enough damage that the blast radius don't matter anyway. Since the missile launchers don't have a big blast radius to begin with, the damage gets so thinned out that even if you have a missile that has an improved blast radius, it didn't really matter much. This is, you know, something to think about. Type S deals 280 damage. Wow, that's a lot. Type S has the most damage output out of all the missiles, but they're homing. They barely home, but the missiles go fast. But they're heavy. Anyway, yeah, these are changes. Grenade changes all the same. Fire grenades. They switch faster. Okay, so that's that. Holy crap, did I use them already? I suppose all these guys, yeah, they're about the same. This is a repaired ground GM, and he's got basically all the same changes to the machine guns and the repair torch and stuff. GM cannon. Again, being an artillery class, he's got a... Oh, good God. He got 700 extra hit points. That is more than 50% of his original hit points he got added to himself. Where all that armor is on this suit is where. So I guess it's good. The GM cannon was known to be a low-cost badass back in the day. And it still is, in a way. People can still work out his combat. It was the it was what the Wolf GM was before it was released. He was able to go from his shotgun to the cannon instantaneously. So you were able to plant your shotgun in the face of an enemy, blast, stun him, and then insta-switch to your cannon, and then knock him down. And then go back to your shotgun and finish him. It was a fun combo to do. But he's got the changes that's expected of him. With the rockets, same changes as the others. The machine guns improved, head Vulcans improved. But yet, the main upgrade that he got was to change the armor. It's huge. Okay, so that's that. Aqua GM. Got a balance bonus of 70. Slight armor boost. Probably to balance the fact that most amphibious suits got damage increased properties. They get their damage increased on their weapons when they fire them underwater. So I guess this is to combat that to a slight degree. Harpoon guns and stuff. I don't really care about Federation suits that much to go into the in detail, but it's got improvements in the damage here for weapons to stay competitive with all the armor bust type ones. So it's got machine guns the same, upgrades, missiles, right? Same. This is the fast fire missiles, the 20 100 damage, like the other guy we were looking at. Grenades, switch faster, the same improvements, but like that. This is the Roller Skater GM. Roller Skater GM got improvement to guns, and his machine guns, and grenades, and bazooka. Alright, so just generic overall upgrades. You might have seen this guy do a lot of work in that one day of limited battle in the previous version. In the previous version, I played a bunch. When he was just like owning with the shotgun. But notice that none of these suits so far has got a shotgun upgrade. Like for example, I was talking about the GM cannon. It's got that shotgun to cannon combo, but there is no shotgun buff in here in this list. Because shotguns were pretty powerful back in level 80. Because they wanted to leave it untouched and just make other weapons be able to compete with weapons that were in the field in the last version. But yeah, that got me spinning improvements. So either he stay with his Nerf shotgun, or tries to implement the improvements in machine guns to be competitive. It's actually not looking good for the armor GM there. Okay. GM light armor. It's got a big bonus to balance, 130. That's pretty big compared to other suits' balance. They got balance buffs. I didn't see any get over 100, but the GM light armor does. His boost charge got increased to 300. That's big, and the machine guns improvements, the beam rifle improvements, grenades. That's okay. The GM light armor is extremely fast and nimble, but its main disadvantage is it's like an armor, and notice here that it didn't get an armor buff. So it is still playing with the old numbers, armor-wise. That means that technically his armor got thinner. But I suppose the dev team is saying, well, you got an increased boost charge, so you better dodge better. You better be better at dodging than you were before. So there you go for you guys on the Federation side that's rolling the GM light armor. Play that ninja game. You better watch out for the high damaging machine guns that's going to be fielded in this new patch. The GM guard custom. This is the GM with the giant tower shield. it can fire his shield Vulcans with the while the shields stay activated. The shield Vulcan being a machine gun got bonuses to damage, but the Vulcans, like the head Vulcans and these little puny Vulcans, don't deal much damage to begin with, and they didn't really get a huge armor buff in this patch. Only 5 extra damage. They fired decently enough, or fired fast enough, but they're still pea shooters. They've been pea shooters since the beginning of the game. I guess they're going to say that way. So obviously the Gan got the better end of the deal in this shield change, because the Gan has all sorts of weapons loaded to his shield, whereas this Guard Custom's got his shield filled with lots of shield bullets, which aren't really doing much damage against his targets. That's basically it, and grenades and bazookas like other suits. So I don't know. I think the GM Guard Custom is kind of losing out here, even though he's got that change. No one uses the shield weapons anyway. I don't think I'd want to, even with the change to the shield, if I was a veteran player. But you can use the GM Guard Custom as a Zeon player because it is a captured suit, and I use it when I go ship for everything else. Ground Gundam. Machine gun changes. Oh, the ground gun's got the fully automatic beam rifle. It's also got the standard beam, the complement of beam rifles too. But notice that even though this is a Gundam, his beam rifles deal the same amount of damage as the low-cost beam rifles. That's something to note. This is a heavy, so I guess I can compare, but 1700 there. You don't have beam rifles. Oh, actually, you can find a suit, an assault suit with a beam rifle. The beam rifles deal, I guess, the heavy first production GM's beam rifle. But the fully automatic Type F spits out the standard beam rifles shots, which it fires semi-automatically. Fully automatic. That's a lot of damage in a quick amount of time. So that's something to know. Missile launcher same, grenade same, and right, his Type S missile launcher does 280 damage, the same as the other missile launchers. So that's the ground gun. Not just generic buffs to stay with the others, but nothing really standing out there. Okay, that's unfortunate. Out of all the Gundams, the only Gundam I really like is the Ground Gundam, because it looks cool. I think all the other Gundams are stupid. This is the Ground Gundam with the GM head. It is a heavy type. It's a heavy beam rifle. It does not have a beam rifle, really. Its machine gun changes are the same as others, right? Neutral machine guns deal 900 damage. 1500 damage on the semi-auto Type F. Missile launcher is the same. Type S is 2800. Type G is 2000. 500 increase. And the grenades. Alright, so it's just whatever. The GM head Ground Gundam. It's a unique weapon. Well, other suits got it now too, but it used to be a pretty OP suit back in the day because it has a charging 3-burst bazooka that dealt like ludicrous amounts of damage. So I guess the GM head is losing out since bazookas are being faded out in favor of machine guns. But in the in the overall changes, one of the changes is that heavies with charging bazookas got these speed, the velocity, and the blast radius as well. So I guess in that, the GM head is gaining something. Okay. Gun tank. Like the mass-produced gun tank. He's got damage bonus on his hands. The Gundam EZ-8. The Gundam EZ-8 carries cannons, like my Zaku 2J. So it is an assault class, and it's got a slight armor boost, 20. And a slight boost capacity boost of 20. And a slight, actually, this is pretty significant. It's got a boost to its speed by almost 20. 19. And when you get a 19 increase to a speed, adds up when you go to upgrade the suit speed with tickets, because when you upgrade, the maximum amount you can upgrade is a percentage of its base value, so the higher it is, the better. So I guess that's a big deal. Your Gundam EZ8s will be upgraded, that's one. And same machine gun changes, yep, like that is still 1500. Full auto is 1700. 1700, neutral, beam rifle, semi-auto, so that's the same. Yeah, 180mm cannon. This is the same as the Missile cannons that my Zappa 2J carries. They did not get a damage buff, but because you don't get that bonus to accuracy when you lock on, the cannons got an improvement to their base accuracy. Which, in a way, is better than how it was previously, because now I can manual fire my cannons if I need to lead the target further than the slack that my lock on for my cannons allow. I primarily lock on with my cannons. One, because I suck at aiming, but two, so that I can get that boost to accuracy, so that my shots are firing within somewhere near the Gundam, instead of like out there on left and right field. But now I can get a more accurate shot with my cannons than previously. That's good. Rocket launcher, same. Oh, the Type M rocket launchers, missile launchers, got a speed bonus. That's interesting. Oh no! Oh, okay. This is rocket launcher. This is bazookas. Right. So that's the same. Missile launchers. I thought I was thinking missile launchers. Type M missile launchers. Okay, and the missiles are the same. So that's a buff for the EZ8, I think. Cannons can be used to get knock guys out of the air, and they're firing more accurately now, which means that it'll be easier to knock them Gundams out of the air than soldiers. Aqua Gundam. The Aqua Gundam is a heavy class, and I am seeing a thing here. First, it's armor boost for being a heavy. But his beam rifles, right? Type N beam rifle on this Aqua Gundam is dealing 1900 damage. The first production GM, which is also a heavy class, his beam rifles only dealt 1700. So his beam rifle is actually more powerful than an assault versions of a more expensive build, like the Ground Gundam here, and I guess the EZ8. EZ8 deals a 1700 damage. And its cost probably more than the Aqua Gundam. Aqua Gundam, I think, is a 280. The EZ8 probably might be like a 300-ish, maybe 320. Not exactly sure. But yeah, the heavies beam rifles, they deal more damage than missiles. That's good. Heavies should have more damaging weapons than their assault counterparts. Also, I think beam rifles on heavies, the velocity is faster than missiles. 2200 damage on a Type F beam rifle. That's crazy. And Aqua GMs also get a damage bonus on their gun. You want to stay away from that. Machine gun buffs. Is 100mm Type F machine guns only dealing 1100 damage. Oh wait, I guess that's not. Harpoon guns, more. And more accurate. Yeah, the Harpoon guns look like they got an accuracy increase. Like the cannons. The Harpoon guns fire like cannons. So I guess that makes sense. Missile launcher, same. Fast fire missiles, 20. Okay. boost gun cannon. This is an artillery class, so major armor buff and machine gun buff. Beam rifles is the same as an assault class. I'm not sure how fast the shots are on artillery units, but whatever. Yeah, one of the changes that has been made to some Federation artillery units and heavy units that has howitzers. Now they are able to equip the howitzer and the direct cannon at the same time. Which used to be what was special about the most recent Gelgu cannon release. The Gelgu cannon that had the checkered pattern as its paint scheme. It's capable of carrying direct rockets and howitzer rockets at the same time, which made it sort of special, but not as special as the Wolf GM that can charge beam and bazooka, etc. But now all of the Federation's artillery guys can do it. So the Gelgu cannon artillery type, his artillery cannon is kind of one thing. Yeah, these guys were not used because the Wolf GM was way better. And the Wolf GM you were able to obtain for free. So now they got combo possibilities. They can go direct fire into howitzer and then beam rifle to death. But because of the increase to the damage threshold for ground knockdown, unless you can unless you can deal the howitzer and the direct fire rocket damage almost at the same time in that same instant to your target, you're not getting a knockdown. Since while a unit is in stun animation, if it gets stunned again, it gets knocked down. So you need to go boom boom and knock the guy down. It's got a chance to maybe do that now. I guess stun threshold is still half of knockdown threshold, which would be like 500 damage. And that's 500 damage is probably doable with cannons. Type F is dealing 7,500 damage. And Type F howitzer type is dealing 7,500 damage, right? So that's 7,500 damage plus 10% to that is like over 800, so it's 800 damage twice. That's a knockdown. But the howitzers are hard to aim, so if you can master that, that's something. That's something to practice. So White Dingo. You got a balance improvement of 10 for what that does. Maybe it makes a significant difference if you're like really deep into the GM White Dingo. You might understand how that makes a difference. But maybe there's that certain loadout that was impossible because of this lack of 10. No, it is. But the changes to it, generally the same for us. Beam Rifle Type F. Oh, the Beam Rifle Type F on the White Dingo GM deals 2,100 damage to the 2,000 of most other Type Fs. That's significant. That's an extra 10 damage. I might have said during the limited battles that the White Dingo has continued to be like the backbone of the Federation forces in their deck because of its cheapness and its effectiveness of its complement of beam weapons. It was a cheap suit that had powerful beam weaponry, and it's still staying that way, with this Type F being slightly better than the rest. Base beam rifle is doing, yeah, you get 100 damage, not 1,700. That's huge, I think. And, you know, on top of that, you're getting improved machine guns, and if you want to carry that bazooka, you can do that too. That's like going from the bazooka into the beam rifle and if you run out of ammo and the guy's still standing, machine gun. That's interesting. Okay, so that's something to worry about for me. This is the special Gundam that carries containers, whatever. No one has this. It's a limited use. It's like if you got like the full package. If you bought the full package for this game, you got this here or something, whatever. The GM Commando, balance increase, machine gun improvements. The GM Commando, assault type. I think it's an assault type. I'm noticing his 3-burst 9mm machine gun is dealing 1,000 points, not 900. Yeah, this machine gun's dealing 10 more damage than the others. Why? Because it wasn't used very often. Looks like some units are just getting better buffs than others because they just were never seen in the previous game. I think that's the only reason. There's really no, like, because it lacks like performance or something. It's just because it was shipped before. Let's bring them out now in this new version by giving him a better machine gun than the others. Beam gun. Ah, that's probably why, because he's got like a shortened beam rifle. It's the beam gun, and you can see the beam gun type F is not dealing as much damage as the beam rifles type F. It's actually only dealing like beam rifle type N damage, actually less, right? But I guess with the combination of this 3-burst machine gun and the beam gun, it equates to a fair amount of damage being done. I think this 3-burst type machine gun type F is dealing more damage too, 1200. Do you have a... no. Whatever. We'll remember that his type F deals 1200. His 3-burst. Okay, so that's GM Commando. Now it's fast. I guess I'm gonna do another video for Zeon. GM cold climate type. His main selling weapon was the grenade launcher, which is here. His machine gun changes with the same across, I think. Yes. 900, yes. Alright, so grenade launcher's got an improvement in blast radius, but not damage. His grenade changes the same. Hyper bazooka, same. Type damage faster. Other types have better splash. Type that is untouched. So that's type. The GM cannon, or the gun cannon packing missile pods. He's got an improvement in armor. Almost 25%. Okay, his beam rifle deals a fuck ton of damage. His base beam rifle is 2,000. 3-burst is not 1,700, but or not. Wasn't it like way less than that? But like a basic assault's beam rifle is 1,700. Again, that gun cannon is dealing 2k. You probably don't get it. Where's them? Oh wait, one up here. Wait, first generation BM was a heavy, was a 3-burst rifle, 1,500. To this much more costly heavy gun cannon SML type, who is dealing 1,800. So it's, he's getting he's getting his cost worth in his beam rifles here. And his spray missile launcher, its missile damage is hard to calculate because this thing fires lots of missiles at once. But know that it's got damage increases here. Grenades are the same as others. He's also got jamming grenades. His head Vulcans deal more head Vulcan damage and stuff. Okay. The GM Striker and its beam lance or whatever. It's not mentioned. But he's got an improvement in his boost capacity. That's probably good for GM Striker users. People have been complaining about that. That it's got this shitty boost cap, which makes it hard to get in range of its target. So so that changed. There's 3 burst machine guns, 900, like most other suits. There we go, 3 burst machine gun type F, this is 1100. This... was it this guy? No. So, I can't remember anymore. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, 1200. So the GM Commando's 3 burst F is also dealing 100 points more damage. Submachine gun. And grenades and bazookas. Right. So that's that. So like on melee suits, the looks like the melee capabilities really haven't been changed. Really only if that melee suit had machine guns and such as sub weapons. It's getting that buff if it chooses to use them. So, like, melee guys are technically kind of getting nerfed. The GM structure here. But this boost capacity bonus is probably pretty big. These guys, a sniper custom. I think there was a certain change to the sniper custom. Oh, I think the sniper custom weren't able to carry like one rifle with another rifle, and now it can. So if you got the GM sniper custom and the Zaku 2F sniper type is the mirror of the GM sniper custom on the Zeon side. So if you're on Zeon or if you're on the Federation, you're feeling the sniper custom. And there was that combo that you couldn't touch because the game won't let you. You should try it now. You might be able to. They made changes to what combinations you're allowed with the higher tier sniper guys. There's mines, 100% of damage, and these guys also carry bazookas, which don't deal as much damage as the bazookas on other types, but its blast radius isn't moved. Holy crap, how many more units? Oh god! I still got lots of units to go! I need to pick... Holy shit! I haven't even touched the tip of this damn Gundam iceberg. Well, you know what? Yeah, I guess I'll cut it. And next time we will go into like now the more expensive Evo suits, like the Gundams and the Gundams, right? And these other nifty suits like the Gundams. The OP suits of previous batch and stuff. Okay, bye.